This is Mike from the Deephaven community team. It's May week 2, and we are here with another demo update. So first off, I'm going to show some of the work I've done with ticking Matplotlib updates. So we have our Matplotlib plugin, and until now, when you created a figure based on that plot, if you updated the plot after the fact, that plot would not update. So now the plot will get redrawn on the client whenever you update the plot on the server. In addition to that, I've also wired it up so that you can hook it up to a table now, and whenever that table updates, that data will update the plot, which again gets redrawn on the client. So in this example, I'm just making a simple timetable, and I'm using my sine and cosine functions because I'm very original like that. I make the figure and an axis, and then I use this magic function here, which I'm still going to work on the API a little bit after talking with some of our DevRel team to refine it a little bit. I pass in the ticking table and the axis, and I say what columns I want to plot. So in this one, I'm plotting my x column with the y column, which is my sine function. And on the second line, I'm plotting the x column with the z column, which is the cosine function. And if I run that, then we'll see that this plot gets opened up. And I'm just going to move this over here so that I'm not covering it. And yeah, that'll just update as the table updates. And yeah, so that's basically all I've done this week. Well, not all I've done this week. I've done other stuff this week, but that's all I've got to demo this week. And next up, we have Devin showing crypto feeds. So I'll go over to Devin.
Great. A little bit of warning here. I am on rural internet here with 2 wireless hops, so hopefully all goes well. Let me go ahead and share a window here. Does everybody see the console that I've got open right there?
Yep.
Great. So this is a collection of crypto feeds that we're hoping to eventually make public. It's currently in the development process right now. I have got a Let's Encrypt domain right here, and this is running on the East Coast. So again, I'm on the West Coast, and hopefully everything stays sane here. And we do have it verified by Let's Encrypt. You can see right here we've got quotes on the left-hand side and trades on the right-hand side. We've got a couple exchanges being pushed in here, and the gamut of instruments that those exchanges support. This is the most recent quote from each of those exchange and instruments. So for example, if we filter right here on, let's just say BTC USD, you'll see that Binance, Coinbase, Gemini, and Kraken have quotes for that. Backing this up, this is being provided by a quote stream table, which is a table that is not the last quote, but it's just a stream of everything that is happening as it happens. So you've got one chance to capture it. So for example, if we focus on just a BTC USD, you can see that it's jumping around, the size is changing. Sometimes it's a small table, sometimes it's a large table, depending on how much volume there is at that instant. There's also a ring table that I'm providing right here. And so this is the most recent 1 million items from the quotes table. Let's go ahead and filter and pull up a graph just so we can see this as it ticks by. Let's go ahead and filter again to BTCUSD. Let's look at Coinbase Pro. And we can go ahead and pull up a chart here. Let's do the timestamp and the bid and the ask. And let's do a line chart and read that. So here we've got a chart of BTC USD. And it's ticking. You can see it's slowly moving left to right because it's a ring table. It's limited in its scope. But this is real-time data coming in, and this is some of the historical data. You'll find something very similar over here for trades. We've got the trade stream. We've got the trades last. We've got a ring table. There's also generic stats around the partitions. the backend is being driven by a Kafka cluster. And so there's 8 partitions. Sorry. Got an intruder in my house. Sorry about that. And yeah, the hope is to be able to provide this to the community to have a really easy way to ingest a variety of trades and quotes and potentially other things in the future. And what I'll go ahead and show is I'll go ahead and jump here locally. So this is my local machine, my Dell laptop. And what I can do is I can grab this from this URL and bring it all in locally. So hopefully all works well here. And when I run it, we'll see it resolving. And there we've got the same table here locally, ticking as just like it did earlier. So the difference here is that this whole table is being brought down to my local worker, and then I've got a viewport on it, whereas previously I just had a viewport on it against the remote. So hopefully that's something that you're interested in, and we'll be having more information about when this is publicly available.
All right, very cool. Next, we have Nate showing off some JDBC ingestion. All right, Nate is using companion mode. All right, there we go.
So next I'm going to be demoing my work on the JDBC ingestion driver. I have locally a SQLite database. That's the Chinook dataset, which is like 2 megabytes of some like album, artist, and transaction data. So this particular database has these tables: albums, artists, customers, employees, and so on. That is just regular JDBC stuff. The first thing I'll show is the album table. So it's got album ID, title, and an artist ID. So the first thing that I'd want to do is join on the artist table. So see, I'm tossing that artist name. So here I guess it is just strings and integers. The invoice table has things like big decimal and a local date on it. One feature that I ported from Enterprise as well is to target a particular column to a different type. So instead of big decimal, I want that to be a double. And you can see that works fine. And then kind of, you might take this data and join a bunch of things together to find out how much was spent per artist. Who are the rockin' artists of this database group? And that's my demo.
All right, well, Iron Maiden definitely rocks, I know that. All right, cool. And that's it for this week, so we'll see you next week, guys. Bye.